Hi, I'm Willie Tubman from Atlanta, Georgia. Good to be here with you all this morning. It's been a while since I've been on the app. And the reason it's been a while because, I like to get on here with meaningful things and tell the unadulterated truth. A person say, why are you telling you say you telling the unadulterated truth? That's a great question to ask because when I get on here, I'm not just only speaking about what I have observed, but also speaking on the things that I have observed other people doing. My topic today, I want to talk about the Bible. I want to talk about save. If you save, first of all, I want to get this out before I go any further. Number one, I don't believe in the Bible. The Bible is the oldest witchcraft book in the world. The Bible is the book of the dead. It's not the book of the living. Everybody in that Bible are deceased. And it's just like people conjuring up dead spirits when they tap into that book. They have no idea what they're doing. So I just want to quote some stuff from their Bible. It's a pastor in Pittsburgh, Jen Jenkins, here Bible free, okay? But the thing about him, when he quote the Bible, he only quoted wrong. He always quote the punishment of the Bible. He always tell you about the Bible and try to put fear in a person. And the Bible is not the divine living God word. I follow the living God, the divine living God, both male and female. I don't follow the book of the dead, the man-made books, the books that man put these eternal spirits in for anybody to conjure them up whenever they get ready. The Bible is the oldest voodoo book in the world. Now, you don't have to believe me. If you start just looking up the things and you start questioning it, not questioning it, but just start doing an investigation on what I'm saying to see if I'm telling you the right. You start seeing that the Bible never was put here for good. The Bible was put here to control the people of the world. In other words, when man and women put their punishment on people that they never forgive nobody for. It's sad that a person can kill somebody, go to jail for 30 years and get out, but he can never get a job. The whole society done turned its back on that person. But yet still, these same people who prosecute that person, the same people who convict that person for what he did wrong, is the same person saying that they believe in the divine living God according to what the Bible says. And then they saying the divine living God will forgive you for anything. So if the divine living God who created us will forgive us for anything, why us as people don't forgive people for anything? If you understand what I mean. I know my conversation a lot, it go all over the place. And I know I'm not at no certain topic, but I want to just kind of like get into how people use the Bible and how people always hold the Bible or something like it's such a great book and it's a book of the divine living God, which the Bible is not a book from the divine living God. The Bible was created by men and women of the earth. The Bible also used God as a male figure. God, the divine living God, is not only male, but it's also female. It's just like everything in the world, species, bug, plant, whatever it is, water, you always got a male and a female side. We was created from this adulty, both male and female. That's why the world is populated like it is, because you have to have both genders. The the Bible, the book of the dead, it clearly just deal with the male part of the book. And if you dealing with that, it's just like the female don't exist. Going back, talking about this pastor in Pittsburgh, Jen Jenkins. He always feel like the female, even in the church, he feel like the female have no place unless they came to a male. The divine living God didn't create nothing that way. When he referred to the book, the Bible, he referred to the Bible as a man. That's how men think here on earth. A man feel like a woman don't have a legitimate place but to stroke their ego. Some men, not all men, but some men feel like that's a woman play. He happened to be one of those men because he let you know in so many words that the man is the head of the household. And not all the time it can be. It's like this. If you're in a relationship with a female and if she more business savage than you, if she do more things than you, better than you, y'all together as a couple. So whatever she do better than you, you can allow her to do that. And whatever you do better than her, she can allow you to do that. And that's called teamwork. It ain't about no competition when you're in a relationship or about this man should do this or this female should do this. And don't nobody have a certain job to do when they in a full-blown relationship with two people really can love one another. Whoever could do whatever it takes to make the family grow and be prosper, that's the one should be doing it, you know? Now, I got a little sidetrack. I really would like to talk about this Bible some. And I want to get on this one topic I want to talk about that a lot of people on Corey, on Smart Christian Channel, he talk about this stuff. G&G can talk about this stuff. They're always talking about save, and then save is spelled S-A-V-E-D. It's a past tense. And they always, again, I want to say this before I get into this. I don't believe in this biblical book. I understand the book, the way that the man and women wrote this book, but I don't believe it and I don't condone it. But they want to refer back to save when a person is saved through Jesus Christ. They want to say that Jesus Christ went to Calvary and died for the sins of the world. That's why Jesus Christ came into the world to die for the sins of people, the things that Adam and Eve done to set everything straight, to make everything right in God's eye. And that's how they put it, right? But then in the same breath, they'll turn back around and say, if you don't do what Jesus did, then you're not saved. But guess what, though? That means that we would have to get up on the cross. They'll say, no, not literally. No, you ain't got to do none of that. For Jesus have already done that. You don't have to get up on the cross. You just have to confess with your mouth that Jesus Christ is your Lord, personal Savior, and you're saved through his word. Okay, well, if that's the case, then when you confess with your mouth and you believe in your heart that Jesus Christ saved you, then you is saved through eternity. You are saved 100%. You know, through his work. Because you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to deal with the burden that Christ did. But Christ did this for you. So it's a free gift that you should accept. But then they'll turn back around and say, well, if you commit adultery, if you do this and you do that, then, you know, Christ not with you. Hey, was Christ with the thief and the robber when they was up on the cross? And one of them said, "Hey, if you God, if you Jesus Christ, who you say you is, then save yourself." And one said, "Hey, Christ, I know who you is, who you say you is. Remember me in paradise." And he said, "I will remember you in paradise. Paradise ain't nothing but the grave." So he told the man he will remember him in his death. But at the same time, right then and there, it shows you 100% can't nobody be saved following Christ. If you following Christ, the only place that you gonna be with Christ is in your death, in your grave. When your life come to an end because you never denounce yourself to the divine living God, who both male and female, then you will be with the one who you denounce. Where is Joshua? Where is Jesus? Whoever you denounce is your Lord, personal Savior. You in their death. The divine living God had never heard of you and don't even know you because you had never made yourself known. Two ways you can make yourself known to the divine living God. The divine living God never told no human being their name here on earth. Nobody knows the divine living God name. You know how I know that 100%? It's too many names down here that people call on. So it not a direct name. It's just like me. My name is Willie. If I had a whole bunch of nicknames, people wouldn't know who they talking about. If I had 2, 3 nicknames, one called him Rabbit, one called him WT, one called him Robert, one called him Willie. It's just so many nicknames. Who really know me? You see what I'm saying? Who really know me? So that's how I know that nobody know the divine living God name. But the divine living God did that on purpose. So knowing that once you came to earth, once you was born through your mother's womb, knowing that 100% that you was going to get a name, right? It's two ways you can introduce yourself to someone. They can introduce themselves to you, or you can turn around and introduce yourself to them. By you get your name, you have a code that nobody in the world have. You have your human name that you're born with. You have your birth, your birth, the day you came in the world, the parent who brought you in the world, and whatever state you reside in. Them 4 things with nobody never have but you. You the only one. You'll come in the world with that, and you expire with that. Right then and there, it's a direct line to these living God. Anytime you offer up your name to them for whatever reason, and you talk to them, and you talk to them constantly in your name, you introduce yourself where these living God know exactly who you are. One thing about that Bible, it don't do that. It makes you not known. It's almost like you're in a courtroom where they want you to hire an attorney, where you got your life in their hands. They don't want to hear from you. They want to hear from your applicant because they look at you as dirty as a filthy rag. The whole code system is set up just like the biblical book. We got to realize, we got to understand that man and women of the earth judge you by that Bible, not no supreme being, not the divine living God. That's why I know the divine living God be with me all the time, despite what I do. Knowing that I'm a human being, I'm striving, trying to be the best human I possibly can be. Sometimes if I do make a mistake, the living God know my heart, and knowing that, hey, this ain't what he really trying to do up under the circumstance, not trying to give me a pass, but knowing that I got to do better. So guess what? Every day I got to work and strive, trying to be the best human being I got to be. But knowing that my true parents, knowing that I'm here as a human being, trying to be the best human being I can possibly be, despite of all the things that these human beings put upon us here in this world, which the living God knows is hard for us to live as human beings. It's just like the animals. It's hard for the animals to live because you have other animals. Some animals is more violent than other animals. Some animals try to destroy other animals, but they're all animals at the end of the day. And it's hard, you know. We all on this earth, we striving to be the best whatever we is. And I want to say this. If you know the divine living God, both male and female, you already have been delivered. You just living your human life, but you already been delivered. You don't have to go around following no Yahshua or Christ because that is man-made. You're going to end up in their death. You're going to end up in their witchcraft. You're going to end up in the things that it's not right to the divine living God, but it's man-made. And you saying that you will follow a man way of life, not a divine living God way of life. Hey, my name is Willie Thomas. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm glad you allowed me to speak on this. And before I get off this app, I want to say one more thing. When you know the living God, you never was a sinner. Sin never exists in the world. That's something that men and women brought in the world. The living God made everything perfect. We come in here with a clean slate. We live in a human way of life. When we leave out this world, we'll leave with a clean slate. Long we know our true parent, who is our true parent. With our true parent, then we follow them, then we can go back to the house or home, wherever our true parents is from. That's where we can go back. Just like we came in without them saying that, hey, I want this parent. We didn't have no choice of being born when they sent us here to earth. If we go back in that same stage, knowing that, hey, our true parents always been with us our whole entire journey here on earth, then we'll go back in that stage with more knowledge of how to carry ourselves, how to conduct ourselves around our true parents. Hey, thanks. My name is Willie Robert Thomas, and thanks for subscribing to my channel. I will get back on the app a little later on and talk about a little bit more things. And the reason I talk this way, I have the channel called A Talk with Willie T. I have a conversation with you about the things that I have learned here on this earth, and I hope that it can help you on your journey while you here on earth. Thanks, and may the living God bless you. Bye-bye.